Dare I ask what was your rate of your heartbeat last night? Yes, everyone. First of all, please unmute yourself and just come on the camera and let me know what was the one glimpse you would like to share with all of us from yesterday's night. India versus South Africa match. Just one glimpse. I know that there might be so many, but share with all of us one glimpse which have left an indelible mark on your minds. Just anyone.
I think the Klassen, the out of Klassen and the out of Miller, the catch of Surya Kumar, these were the turning point for India.
Great. Great. Any other?
And also, when India won at the end, you should have seen who was the bowler? Um, who was the one who was bowling in the last over?
Last, Hardik Pandya.
Hardik Pandya, right? So when India won after the last ball, you could have seen the tension on his face. Instead of screaming the way
Yes.
people do, he sat down.
He
He
said
had
them. Yes.
to. After that, he just sat down. He had to control himself before feeling. So amazing, and the way he held himself in the tension when he was bowling, getting ready, amazing, great match.
And Bumrah bowled very well.
Emotions that
4.5
flowed
run rate.
yesterday
I tell
after
you,
the match was, very high. We can hear everybody burning firecrackers in the locality, going out from the house. So that was some celebration. I remember 2007, I was in Mysore that time. So I was working with Infosys and I was in Mysore, and that was the first time India won that inaugural T20 Cup, and everybody was out. I was also out.
Great.
Some emotions yesterday.
yes.
So great. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. And yes, amazing. And yes, my one glimpse of that match was that very moment when Hardik Pandya, sat down on the ground and he was just relaxed. So again, a very good evening, all of you, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I welcome all of you at the 152nd online meeting of Toastmasters Club Lucknow. And I would like to start the meeting with a wonderful quote. Believe you can and you are halfway there. Theodore Roosevelt has said it once, and now I'll move it on to the club mission, which is to provide a conducive, supportive, and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. General directions for the online sessions: ensure that you are logged in with your correct name. It will help us to identify you easily. All speakers, role takers are requested to add the name of their role next to their name. All the guests are requested to prefix guest before their name. It can be done by clicking the participants tab to rename yourself. Know when your camera is on and avoid doing any activity that may distract the speaker. Please mute your microphone except when it's your turn to speak to avoid background noises from interrupting the meeting. Please unmute your microphone and start your video when the Toastmaster of the day or the table topics master asks you to do so. Let the host and co-hosts handle all the controls. Sergeant at Arms guidelines: refrain from speaking about religion, sex, and politics in a derogatory manner. Avoid interjecting the speaker when he or she is delivering a speech, evaluation, or report. Avoid conversations in chat publicly when someone is speaking, as it may distract the speaker. Please raise your hand to volunteer during table topics session to speak. Look out for the green, yellow, and red colored cards on the screen. They will be displayed by the timer at the appropriate times. At the end of every segment, please cast your ballot when the host displays the polls on the screen. Now, I have the honor to invite someone on the stage who is today's presiding officer and the president of the Toastmaster Club of Lucknow, and has been mentor of some of the Toastmasters, and he has added so many feathers to his cap, winning several contests in Toastmaster also. Now he is living in Noida and he is FNT, like friendly neighborhood Toastmaster, or I say it fantastic Toastmaster. So, ladies and gentlemen, help me to welcome today's presiding officer with a huge thunderous round of applause, Toastmaster Jatin.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suraj, for that another flattering introduction and for setting the tone for today's meeting by telling us about another great meeting that happened last night. Well, something that we would cherish forever, for live forever as long as we live, just like Honey mentioned back in 2007 when India won the first ever inaugural T20 World Cup. Actually, we both were working for Infosys, just different places. I moved away from Mysore, so I was at Hyderabad, where the final screen was actually happening in the amphitheater, and we were watching ball by ball on the big screen in the amphitheater with around 200, 300 people around us. So that was a great feeling. Uh, but similar is a feeling, even though it's lesser number of people, but even more memories to cherish because we that's how what we create through our quality meetings right here at Toastmasters and more so at Toastmasters Club of Lucknow. So I welcome one and all to the meeting number 152 for Toastmasters Club. No, we request you to please put your hands together for today's meeting. Thank you. Now, our club mom has already interacted with almost everyone. I think Siroz Khan left, whoever that person was. So let's talk to another guest that we have, Vikas, who is a returning guest. Vikas Gautam, you had some thoughts about last night's meeting. Now we'd like to hear some thoughts about Toastmasters. You keep coming back to Toastmasters Club of Lucknow, so we'd like to hear your thoughts on what brings you back to Toastmasters and to TMCL. Vikas, you there? Okay.
Yes, I'm there.
Yes, yes. So just wanted to ask you about what are your thoughts about Toastmasters and TMCL?
Yes, actually, I had some exams, so I was not able to attend from few weeks. But before that, I has joined a couple of sessions, so it was good, like listening to thoughts and expressing my thoughts on the topic given. So it is a good exercise. But I want to know, like, other than tips, how can we improve? Or I understand, but some training to improve on, like some link for videos if you give which we can watch and how to improve because just by speaking extempore wise will it improve or means some more training or some more sessions like exactly how we improve that some steps and concrete steps. I think I'm looking for something like that.
I think you had joined the right meeting because that's the theme of today's meeting as to how do you improve through Toastmasters.
Okay,
Is
okay.
that yeah, cool. So yes, you're right. As a guest, all you get to do is to come to the meeting, listen to people speak, participate in impromptu sessions, and sometimes get feedback through on your table topics by table topics evaluator. But that's not just it. Toastmasters has an extensive and a very helpful learning platform, which we will talk about today, which is called Pathways, and which is what we are going to talk about today. And that's why today's theme, if you've not seen today's poster, is decoding pathways. As to what is pathways,
आ
what
रहे हैं.
why is pathways, why is Toastmasters talking about pathways, and what is your role in how do you progress through that pathways itself? So glad that you asked that question because that is a good segue into starting our theme. Because at each meeting, each Toastmasters meeting is conducted around a theme by a person who's called the Toastmaster of the day. And today's theme is today's theme, as I already said, is decoding pathways, which is something that our vice president membership had was is the flag bearer of, because we have so many new members who have joined the club recently and are raring to go. And in order to help them get going swiftly and efficiently, this is something that we wanted to talk about for some time. And well, she was going to do it first, but she asked me to take up that section rather. So today, around the theme, decoding pathways is what we're going to talk about. But first, let me explain the theme, structure of Toastmasters meeting. So Vikas, if you're there, like, this would be helpful for you, because uh, what are the other things in Toastmasters that you could do other than impromptu? The first session in any Toastmasters meeting is a prepared speech section, wherein the members of the Toastmasters club put in their who have put in their diligent efforts in order to prepare a speech around a topic of their choice for a project that we'll talk about what the project is. And then they come here to present those beautiful works of art, of communication, of public speaking, and then they would be evaluated by speech evaluators. The second section is around table topics, which is the section for impromptu speaking that makes you think on the feet. Uh, just like I'm trying to do right now. As to when you're put in a situation where you ask a question out of the blue, whether it's in your office or personal life, and how do you keep your mind active and ready to answer those questions by structuring it properly is what this table topic session helps you practice. And last but not least is the evaluation section, wherein they say breakfast feedback is the breakfast of champions. And champions are created Toastmasters because we feed on feedback. And that feedback is provided in that evaluation section by a team, which is headed by a person called the general evaluator. Now, today's general evaluator, even though I have received his introduction some time back, all I know about this person is that he likes to talk about his office stories a lot. That's how I got to know initially. Where does he work? I was told he works at somewhere. I don't know. I'll find it out. But meanwhile, his his pet name is Biryani Boy because of his fondness of biryani, mutton biryani to be very specific. Which, even though after convincing him to my last speech, he would not let go of. But so other than that, a very adept person at impromptu speaking, and a person who's a supply chain consultant, having 9 years of experience, which is where all his office stories come from. Currently based out of Bangalore, recently married, so he has got some personal stories to tell as well, which sometimes he may get trouble into because of. So please put your hands together for a general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Akib Javed. Okay.
Thank you so much, Jatin. I didn't know it was a good introduction or not, but I thought you're going wrong direction with my mutton biryani stories. Good. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in a section of general evaluation introduction. So, I will be basically paying key attention to the speeches, to the evaluations, and overall meeting. Why do we do that? Toastmasters meeting have a section dedicated for evaluation, and as Toastmaster Jatin mentioned, we feed on feedback. We look for feedback in this section. So the general evaluation will have a say team of few guys. We would sit and we would try to evaluate the whole meeting, evaluate the way you speak, the way you pronounce, the way you time yourself. And then we come in a section and talk about all of those. This is the feed we provide in the third section, which helps you become a better speaker learner. And there is a lot of buzz around cricket match yesterday, and you would have all seen 100 of reels by now. Uh, People are thanking everybody, almost every player, because somewhere or the other they have contributed, and there is a lot of appreciation for coaches as well. But if you look at coach, which he could not win because of some luck, when he was playing for Indian cricket, he does not work alone for the team, and he also has a team. So there would be a coach for bowling, there would be a coach for batting, and what these guys do, that they pay close attention when our cricketers play. So there is a bowling coach, there is a fielding coach. You would have seen he gives medals, right? When he comes in the end of the session, and he says, okay, uh, Surya, you did awesome catching today, and here is an award for you. And I think those positive feedbacks, and then there are a lot of feedbacks wherein they would be giving recommendation as well, that you should have taken this catch that way. That's how the whole Indian team grew, and we all came in a forefront, and we won yesterday. You know how it worked for Indian team, and we put our all faith and belief in cricket as an Indian. General evaluation is 100% replica of what the coaches do. We are here to help you learn and grow. We will look at each and every cover drive you take, each and every catch that you miss or catch that you take, and we'll come and tell you that, hey, you've done awesome, or you should look and improve better. So that's how it will go. Let me start off by calling the individual coaches or the individual evaluators of this meeting, starting with the timer. He is into data analytics, digital analytics profession, plays tennis, chess, watches web series, read books. Awesome, all the good habits, I would say. He joined Toastmasters to learn communication, presentation, and public speaking. Over to you, Toastmaster Avnish. You look really a good guy, yeah. Good, positive.
Thank you, Toastmaster and General Evaluator Akib. So, first of all, good evening, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a timer, I will alert all the speakers with the time they have left. So I will start, or I would say, let me start with the prepared speakers of today. So today's first prepared speaker is Sunil Gupta, Toastmaster Sunil Gupta. So Toastmaster Sunil Gupta, you will get 5 to 7 minutes to complete your speech. At 5 minutes, I will show you a background of green color, as you can see here. At 6 minutes, I will show you a background of yellow color. And at 7 minutes, I will show you a background of red color. So green color means that you have qualified the speech. Yellow color means you have basically you raised by half of your allotted time, and then by red color means that you have raised the time. Okay, and after this you will get 30 minutes of grace, 30 seconds of grace time. After that, the prepared speaker, our prepared speaker second is Toastmaster Anurag Gupta. He will get 18 to 21 minutes. Okay, so at 18 at 18 minutes, I will show you a green card. At 20 minutes, I will show you a yellow card. And at 21 minutes, I will show you a red card. Okay, the meaning of these cards are same as this, as I have explained earlier. Toastmaster Sunil. And then the evaluators will get 2 to 3 minutes. Evaluator Toastmaster Devika and Toastmaster Manvi, you will get 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will show you a green card. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will show you a yellow card. At 3 minutes, I will show you a red card. In last, all the table topic speakers, they will get 1 to 2 minutes to complete their speech. At 1 minute, I will show a green card, green background, and at 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will show you a yellow background, and at 2 minutes, I will show you a red background. Just for your note, all the speakers will get 30 seconds of grace time to complete their speech. I will present my report when called by General Evaluator. Thanks. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Avnish. And people say time is money. And then they say money is not everything, but everything requires money. So let us pay close attention to what Avinash has told about all the timelines, and it is the money. So you'll have to save it today. Next up, we have our counter of today's meeting. She is a BBA graduate pursuing masters in economics, Toastmaster from 1.5 years. Served as secretary, VP membership of the club. Amazing. She loves to read, write, travel, explore new places, sing, draw, making crafts. Also love making new connection. Oh, here we have Toastmaster Achita. What you?
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, for the introduction. Uh, as an hour counter, my role is to keep the count of hours in arms or any overused words or filler. For example, like, so, basically, actually, and filler phrases like I think that, or any body gesture like rubbing your eyes frequently or holding your ears, looking in different direction while the speaker uh, give his speech. So I suggest all of you to avoid doing these things, and I will present my report at the end of the meeting when called upon by the general evaluator. Till then, back to general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Achita. Nostalgia kicked in looking at the old PowerPoint software. That's amazing to see. Now we have grammarian for today's meeting. He is from Raebareli, Uttar Pradesh, electrical engineer, stock market research, embedded system, technical literature. I'm reaching out to you after this meeting for stock market tips. He has amazing work experience, around 20 years. GM, John Deere, all the automotive companies they can think about. He's here to improve vocabulary, public speaking, speech writing, active listening, and having fun. Amazing. I think this is the very clear introduction of grammarian for today's meeting. Toastmaster Dilip, over to you for introduction of grammarian role.
Yeah. Hi, good evening, General Evaluator. First of all, I want to say that my camera is not working, so I'm not able to debug it right now. So, good evening to all the Toastmasters, dear guests, and today's I'm playing a grammarian role. So, as a grammarian, my responsibility is to pay attention to all the speakers and listen carefully their language uses. I'll take note of any improper usage of language, as well as I will take note of outstanding uh, outstanding words, quotes, thoughts, ideas, and also it's my duty to uh, introduce to all Toastmasters the word of the day and phrase of the day. For today's meeting, word of the day is. Should I share my screen, or can I share my screen?
Yes, no, please.
Just a minute. For today's meeting, okay, are you able to see my screen?
Yep, we can see.
Okay, for today's meeting, the word of day is Jubilee, and it's a noun, and its meaning is a celebration of the anniversary of a special event. Examples of Jubilee is like the town held a grand Jubilee to commemorate its 200th anniversary. And the phrase of the day is every cloud has a silver lining. So every cloud has a silver lining means you can derive some benefit from every bad thing that happens to you. For example, the use of this phrase is I found a new job after all, and I like this one much better than the last. An answer to this is you see every cloud has a silver lining. I encourage all speakers and Toastmasters to use the word of the day in the phrase of the day. I will give grammarian's report once I am called upon during the meeting. So I'll tell the usage of the words, maybe the good quotes, all those things I'll give as a report. So thanks for giving me opportunity. Over to you, General Evaluator. I'm
Thank you.
stopping the share.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dilip, for this fantastic introduction of grammarian role. Allow me to move on to another role player in the general evaluation team, which is table topic evaluator. Let me introduce him as well. He is a BCom graduate currently pursuing MBA from Great Lakes Institute, loves to travel, explore, watch movies, stock market here. Oh my God, second stock market here. Served as VPPR in TMCL straight for 2 terms. Oh, good, Shubham. I'm reaching out to you as well after the meeting for stock market tips. We have a hand raised from Archita. Anything?
Actually, he's not in the meeting right now.
Ah, okay, cool. So what Shubham would do is look at the table topics that we speak, and he will give us evaluation in the general evaluation section on how one should get better at attempting a table topic. So that is the role of a table topic evaluation. Apart from these four people, these four players, we have three more people who will be helping general evaluation in an overarching term. One of them is listener. He would be listening throughout the meeting and come out with question to see how did you pay attention? Were you listening to the meeting or not? So be attentive to the meeting, and that's how you will learn and grow, which is Toastmaster Honey. And then we have two evaluators who will be evaluating the speeches for speaker one and speaker two, and then they will be coming little later stage of the meeting. So that's the introduction of general evaluation team. We will be back. We will be back once the match gets over. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Jatin.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Did you explain the listener role, or did I miss that?
Listener, do we have him in meeting? I have already
Yes,
explained.
yes, I am
Yes.
there in the meeting. I am the listener.
So if you have an introduction for the room, please go ahead.
Yeah, it is said that listening is more important than speaking. Probably that is why God has given us 2 ears and one mouth. So, listening, when you listen attentively to the speaker, you connect better with him. You increase your knowledge and also understand the thought process and the perspectives of the speaker. So, good evening, fellow Toastmaster of the day, and my dear guests. My name is Hani Agarwal, and I am your listener of the day. What I will do is I'll listen to each and every speaker. I'll note down interesting information, tidbits that are shared today. And when called upon, I will be asking questions and I will be evaluating how much attention you are paying to the speaker. So thank you so much. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Honey. A very nice analogy that you have one mouth and 2 ears so that you listen more and speak less. Amazing. Honey, I missed out his introduction because I didn't have the introduction, but now I have received it. Yeah, Honey is from Jamshedpur. He has done BTech MBA, worked with Bosch for last 12 plus years. He was in Bangalore for 10 years, now in Calcutta for short-term assignment. He likes traveling, gardening, and he looks to improve his articulation and fluency. I think very specific needs, very specific looking forward to. Yeah, that's good. Now, over to you, Toastmaster Jatin.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Uh, Now that we know what the evaluation section encompasses, it's time for us to first learn in order to learn what we need to do in order to get evaluated, and that is to follow the Toastmasters way. Now, what is that Toastmasters way? It is the pathways. So can anybody tell me what is pathways? New members, do you know what pathways is? Let me
Jatin,
call
I
upon.
saw Jatin, I went through that website, Toastmaster website, and
Yeah,
saw that there are pathways defined towards what are your goals, why have you joined the Toastmasters. So there are many pathways, and it has many levels. Like I think it's only 5 levels are there, and each level you have to prepare for different things. Let us say it starts with the icebreaker session. Maybe more. I think it is the already the topic is there. So presenter will talk about that.
two.
Thank you.
So there is one correction that I will do. There's a difference between a path and a pathways. That's something I'll talk about. But first, let's see what pathways is. We'll talk about what is pathway, which is, like you rightly pointed out, but in one line, pathways is the Toastmasters educational platform or educational program, which is what we as Toastmasters, as members of any Toastmasters Learn, are supposed to follow in order to work upon some basic competencies, and I'll come to that as well. And work on those basic competencies by completing those levels and projects, and in the process honing and gaining and honing certain skills. There are at least 300 plus skills that Toastmasters professes that you can learn by just completing those projects. Is that really possible? Let's see. So, as I say, Pathways is a Toastmasters education program which has basically X paths. How many paths are there as of now into Toastmasters Pathways program? I see Archita mouthing 11, which is right. Uh, so there are 11 paths. And then every member, as you join in, as you become a member, some of you have already chosen a path. You are given when you get access to the portal, you create an account. There's an option to choose a path, and there you fill in a survey based to showcase your interest and all that. And then out of those 11 paths, you get a suggestion of those 3 paths that the survey thinks based on your responses that you could choose to follow. But you can choose any of those 11 as per your understanding. Now, but how will you choose that? That's something that we'll talk about that today. But every member gets one free. Every new member receives one free path to start, which you can work on it at your own pace with the help of a mentor that uh, every club assigns. But at Toastmasters, we also assign you, at TMCL, we also assign you a buddy. So if you don't know your mentor and a TMCL buddy, please get in touch with us so that we can help you get in touch with your mentor and buddy that will help you build professional skills that you can practice at Toastmasters and then go and implement or take advantage of in your personal professional life. Because that's the reason that you're following this path, right? Because A, that's you would get a high value of it. You will have fun while doing that, especially at TMCL. It is customized. If you are doing 11 parts, and then within that you also have options to choose various projects. So it is highly customized to your needs. That is being flexible. It is competency based. Now that's what the point I was saying. And this is a question to seasoned Toastmasters. What are the 5 basic competencies that Toastmasters professes that any path that you take is based out of? The paths combine these 5 competencies in various forms, but what are the 5 basic competencies that the paths in a pathways program allow you to work on? Should I call out somebody to say? Let's see. Uh, Varun, do you know of those competencies?
Did I hear my name?
Yes, I was asking what competencies do pathways, Toastmasters processes that pathways help you work on.
Can you please repeat the question again? What?
What are the 5 basic competencies that Toastmasters lets you work on through pathways?
Leadership skills.
Okay.
So you have leadership skills, you have personality development.
Mhm.
As far as I remember, you also have presentation mastery,
Okay.
and you also develop your confidence
Mhm.
on how to deliver speeches effectively, and
Okay.
you also deal with managing people.
Okay. You got 6. Some of them bang on, some of them just about right. So let me
Yeah, kind of.
quickly jump onto the slide which says, yes, you work on your public speaking skills, work on interpersonal communication, strategic leadership, management, and most importantly, you combine them all together through confidence. Be confident, all of those. So there are, like I said, 300 unique sub-competencies pathways that build on 5 of these. And after the assessment, you can choose any of these paths to work on. I know some of you have already done that, uh, just like today's speakers. But before I go to the speakers, let me also touch upon these things. So, public speaking, interpersonal communication, strategic leadership, and management with confidence are the 5 competencies that you get to work on through the 11 paths that are there. Now these, like it says, the core competencies are combined in various parts in different manner. So just like dynamic leadership lets you work on public speaking and interpersonal communication with strategic leadership and strategic leadership with confidence. As you can see, confidence is common to each and every path, which is what we are here for, to be confident in what we are doing. But the other 4 core competencies are focus, are core for some of the paths while not for others. So when you are choosing a particular path, take your pick, choose the right one, and go forth to work on that through the projects that our grammarian Dilipji had already mentioned. That there are 5 levels. There are 14 projects. It's distributed in 5 levels through each path. Now that's something, the clarification that I like to bring many times, because people, even seasoned Toastmasters, say it incorrectly. Is Pathways is the education program. The path, there are 11 paths that you have within the program, and then when you follow a particular path and not the pathway. So there's a path like presentation mastery, which is supposed to have 5 levels. The level 1, which is mastering fundamentals, is common to each and every path, which has, this was the old uh, constitution of the first level, which is mastering fundamentals, which has been changed for the new members. You would have the icebreaker, like engineer Dilip already mentioned. Then you would have uh, writing a speech with a purpose, or giving a speech with a purpose, and then introduction to vocal variety in body language. And last project in first level would be evaluation feedback, with no researching and presenting in level 1 anymore. And then you move on to learning your style, increasing knowledge and building, and finally demonstrating expertise. As it was mentioned, there are at least 14 projects in each path that you're supposed to complete to attain that expertise of the core competencies through that path. But you have the flexibility of choosing different electives when you reach, especially when you reach level 3, 4, and 5, as to what is the focus of the competency that you want to work on, or what is a special skill that you want to hone. Based based on that, you can choose a particular skill. There are 59 projects in overall in the Pathways program that are distributed along different levels that one can get to choose. And that's where we will take a break to tell some of the path. So again, a quick question: if somebody remembers or has read it, or people who have chosen presentation mastery, what are the core competencies that one gets to work on through the presentation mastery path. Anybody who remembers or is aware?
Public speaking and
If you go to
confidence.
backslide, I can tell.
I referred to the slide.
Yeah, it is public speaking and confidence, because that's what presentation industry is all about. Be confident while delivering a speech in front of a public audience. So both, as I said, both our speakers, prepared speakers today, are are working on projects from their presentation mastery path, but through two entirely or two projects of two different levels that are at the end of each spectrum. Now, before I reveal what those level and projects are, I'd like to go one by one and call upon the evaluator. So let's start with the first speaker, whose evaluator is someone who is the current secretary of our club. She is slightly mysterious, was introvert, but slowly changing her spectrum as well, as she now calls herself ambivert on Instagram. That's a huge leap, but still being mysterious, which is why we call her the Mrs. Mysterious, because she also got married very recently, a little before the general evaluator, but recently enough. So please let's put your hands together for our first evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Devika Chaudhary.
Thank you, Toastmaster
Yeah.
Jatin. And so my next speaker is his pathways presentation mastery level 1, pathway 4, and the purpose of the speech is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. And the purpose of the speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. So now let me welcome Toastmaster Suraj. Toastmaster Suraj, over.
It's Toastmaster Sunil Gupta.
Okay, let me quickly do the intro with the speech title, right? So our speaker Sunil Gupta is working in a PSU at a chemical engineering, in a chemical engineering position or something like that related to that. Uh, but he's a recent joinee to the TMCL family. He joined recently in March, and since then he has progressed a lot in his Toastmasters journey through the presentation mastery pathway, with as his goal is to become a motivation speaker, and he's pursuing this path to progress on that goal or work towards that goal of improving his public speaking skills, for which his speech today is titled. So let me call upon him and immediately switch to it. Sunil Gupta, an echo, Sunil Gupta.
What's an echo? Would any one of you like to answer it just in a sentence or two? After all, you are all educated people. Try. Please raise your hands. Okay. Maybe you have forgot. Okay. An echo is the repetition of sound by the reflection of the sound from a hard surface. Now, question is, why am I talking about it here? Am I going to teach you science? No, not by any means. Then why? Actually, our life is an echo. It's an echo of our the more you help others, respect elders, love people, the more help, respect, love you get in some form or the other. I always teach the same to my children as well. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. In April 2023, one day I was getting ready to go to my office. I was packing my bag. My daughter came to me. She was looking worried and sad. She had just completed her 10th standard and was about to shift to Kota for NEET, National Eligibility Come Entrance Test preparation and further studies. So I thought maybe she's sad because she's going to stay away from home for the first time. She said, Dad, you know my friend Garima, who came to our house once? What happened to her? Dad, she also wants to study with me in Kota. So what? She continued, Dad, she can pay the coaching fees, but she is not rich enough to afford her staying in a hostel there. And I want to help her. Beta, she can stay in a low rent room there and take admission in the same coaching institutes. What's the issue? She got disappointed with my words. She taunted, Wow, what a great idea you suggested, which we couldn't even think of. Look, Dad, if you can't help her, then please don't give such nonsense ideas how she should manage. By the way, what happened to your teachings? Help others, respect elders, love people. That's why it is rightly said, it is easier to preach than practice. She left with anger and sadness. I was also taken aback by her words. I went to office and sat in the chair. But her words is still echoing in my mind. It is easier to preach than practice, practice than preach, preach, practice. Eventually, I her words made me realize practice what you preach. I then decided to help her friends stay in Kota. I chose a twin sharing room in a hostel there and put both of them in that room together. Even now, they are staying in the same room in a hostel there. My daughter was very weak in physics, but her friend Garima was very strong in physics. So by living together, my daughter started taking her help and guidance in physics. As a result, she improved remarkably in physics. She still gets her help and guidance in physics whenever she requires. So, keeping in mind what I said in the beginning, like an echo, what you give, you get in some way or the other. Here, my financial help, my financial help turned out to yield beneficial results in the form of educational guidance. So, my friends, never miss any chance to help your friends, relatives, or people you are acquainted with, because helping such people will certainly help you in times of need. Let me finish by saying, help others get what they want, and you will get what you want. Thank you.
Thank you, Sunilji, for sharing a message, a very simple and yet resounding message that will certainly echo in our minds, hopefully, for whenever we face a person who is in need as to if we help them get what they want. People are basically helping ourselves on getting what we want. But talking of Quota, I just finished the third season of Quota Factory. For all those who have done that, say I. Nobody here? Okay. Well, I just found out, I just started seeing it a month ago. So I finished all 3 seasons in this month. Not something that not very, not to be very proud of, but still, it does give a good glimpse into what life at Kota is all about. But let's not talk about what life at Toastmasters is all about. It's all about public speaking for today's prepared speech section. So we have the next speaker who's also attempting another project from the Presentation Mastery path rather, uh, and to tell about his speech objectives, I call upon this person who is also a new entry to the Toastmasters Club of Lucknow membership roster, but not so much to TMCL family because she has been associated with TMCL long before I was there, even almost when she was associated with the club, even when it was being formed. But she has been here joining the club even before being a member by taking up various roles, helping improve the quality of our meetings. A person who's recently found out is very good at creative skills as well. But but uh, education-wise, she is pursuing a postgraduate in training and development. I am not sure what kind of training or development, but she does certainly is helping every Toastmaster have develop their presentation skills or public speaking and leadership skills at TMCL and beyond. Please put your hands together for evaluator 2, Toastmaster Mami Kumar.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Openu. Second speaker today is attempting his level 5 project 1 speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to practice developing and preparing a longer speech that is prepared to speak professionally. Timer, please note the time limit is 18 to 22 minutes. That means 18 green card at 18 minutes, at 20 the yellow card will be shown, and at 22 the red card will be shown. I'll be sharing my evaluation when the general evaluator calls upon. That was all from my side. Toastmaster Jatin, you are speaking onward.
Sorry. Uh, I was saying thanks to you for explaining the speech objective. Now, our next, the speaker is the current president of our parent club, Lucknow Toastmasters Club, and also the area director for Area F1. Somebody who I've shared a room with recently, as in he was my roommate for 3 days at least at the District 124 conference exhibitions, and from where I got to know that he's also very active. He's very, as in he even took out time to go for swimming and walking around, roaming around when, even between during the conference. So somebody who lives a very active lifestyle and likes to roam around, which he did in Kolkata after the conference was over. But other than that, I would let him speak for himself. Put your hands together for Anurag Gupta, Adat Nagar, Adat Nagar, Anurag Gupta.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jatin. Thank you, everyone. But first, let me check is my audio clear? Okay. Tech Master, can you please share the slides starting? Can you share it on the screen? Thank you. So there was a city named Adat Nagar. And in that city, there was a college. In that college, there were 3 friends. First side, please. Ravi, Rahul, and Ria. Let's talk about one by one. Let's first slide, please. Yeah. So there were three friends, and the first friend was Ravi. Ravi was a friendly person, but his best friends were chole bhature, kulche, and pizza. He was very fond of eating. He was very friendly, and going to parties was very common for him. With his friends, he also started drinking alcohol. So, but it was college, so it's fine for him. His father was a businessman. Talking about the next guy, that is Rahul. Rahul was kind of person who you don't see often in the college. He was take a chill pill guy. He was often late to the college, and his room was like a mystery room because things were so messed up in his room that he would spend hours to find something. Talking about third friend, which is Ria. Ria was Miss Fashion of the college. She would have latest phone, purse, sandals, and whatnot. Although she belonged to a middle class family, but you will not guess that by looking at her. They were great friends, but as we know, in college, time passes. They came from first semester to the final semester of college. One fine day, Rahul, who was the chill pill guy, got a call on his number, and it was from unknown number. He picked up, and on the next side, it was Ravi's father. He said, "Beta, Ravi is admitted to the hospital. Please come fast." They rushed to the hospital, but nothing's much serious. Rahul just had a fatty liver. Next slide, please. Rahul pledged that day that he would never drink again. But as with all the habits, it has only lasted for 1 month. Yeah, 1 month only. Rahul confronted Ravi that this is not good for your health. He said, "Buddy, I'm just like that. Nothing will happen to me. I'm strong." Okay, Rahul said, "but you should take care of your health. It's getting worse." He said, "Okay, okay." Now, here Rahul and Ravi were discussing, but in Ria's life, there was something else happening. Let us go towards Ria's life. Next slide, please. One fine day, a father received a call, and after which he looked at Ria and started saying, "Ria, what is this? You are overdue on your credit card by 3 months. And by the way, how the hell you have a credit card? You are not even earning." Ria was stunned and angry. And she pledged to herself that she will never overspend. But Amazon Big Billion sale was coming, and Flipkart sale was also there. Myntra sale was also there, and the sandals she always wanted was on deal right now. So she couldn't stop herself. She said, "One last time, but I will do this. I will buy this and that." So she continued overspending with a credit card. Ravi and Rahul, Ravi and Ria were there, but Rahul was also under immense pressure. Due to his habit of coming late to the college, the minimum attendance criteria for the college was not fulfilled by him. So, as we know, in the final semester, there's a minimum criteria for the college, and he was on the verge of being debarred for a 1 semester, and that would hurt his degree, his placements, and all. But somehow he managed. In the college, the placement cell is there in the final semester. But since there are large number of students, the number of offers for them were very less. It was like peanuts. They were on their own. Next slide, please. One fine day, Ravi was going Ravi was going towards his place. Uh, Next slide. After Slide after this, please. And he saw a poster of army coaching. In Anand Nagar, there was also one person named Colonel Hardiyar, and he was very fond of teaching students. He was a retired army officer. So he was pasting a poster, as you can see in the image, of this coaching. And Ravi was curious that he also wanted to join army, so he should join his coaching. Ravi approached him and said, "Sir, can I join your coaching?" He said, "Yeah, you can come on Saturday 10 a.m." Ravi said, "Okay, 10 a.m. is fine, although I wake up at 11 a.m. But that's fine. I will manage my day." On Saturday, Ravi set the alarm, but alarm bell rang and he snoozed, and somehow he got late and reached at around 10:45. Ravi reached to the coaching center and Colonel Haldiyar told me, "Sorry, we can't discuss anything as of now. Come next week, 10 a.m." He was furious that what? I'm just 45 minutes late. I just came around 4 to 5 kilometers for him. And he's saying, "Come next week." Although he was angry, he can't do anything. So he came next week, and this time he was on time. So next week when he came, he asked, "Why you just put me off last week?" Colonel Haldiyar told that number one rule of the army is you have to be disciplined. He handed over a booklet to Rahul, and said, "Okay, these are the things you have to follow in your routine, and that then I can mentor you." He's both gone through the books, and there was something like waking up on time, reaching everywhere on time, uh, keeping everything in a proper manner. He was surprised. Okay, these are the basic things, but is this a training? Colonel Haldiyar told, "Yes, this is a training for you." He was confused, but he said, "Okay." As Ria, now coming back to Ria's life, as Ria was from a middle class background, her parents told her just prepare for the government exams. Next slide, please. And Ria cracked the banking exam. She went on to become a banker. Although she didn't manage her money well, but her logic and maths were quite good. So over time, she managed that exam and she went to the banking sector. So Rahul and Ria were set. Ravi was left. So one fine day, Ravi's father, who was a business person, asked him at the home that, "What do you want to do in life?" He said, "I don't know." His father told him, "Okay, either you do something, from the next week, you're handling one of our gyms." He didn't had any other plan. So he went to manage the gym. But there was a problem. The problem was that people were making fun of him. That, oh, a fat guy maintaining the gym, how bad the gym would be. So he started going to the treadmills 2 to 3 times, just trying his luck. Sometimes he would succeed, sometimes he would do something, but he would just casually doing it. Years passed. So what happens at the college? That you stay in touch with the friends, but not that much after you left the college. So they were in touch. Sometimes they get the call of one another, but they were not in quite touch. After 3 years, the gym Ravi was running got succeeded. It had a lot of members. So he's planned to open a branch in another part of Adat Nagar, that city. One fine day, Ravi went to the nearby bank to open his bank account. At the gate of the bank, he saw Ria is coming. He said, "Hi, Ria." Ria said, "We were surprised. You're completely changed. Ravi, is that you?" Ravi said, "Yeah, I'm a fitness coach. I'm a fitness conscious person." He goes, I had the fatty liver. Ravi asked, "Where are you going?" Ria said that there was a client. My subordinate went to open his bank account and he refused. He refused that you are 10 minutes late. I can't open bank account. Come next week. So I decided that I should go. A senior person should go. Ravi said, "Let me join you. I also wanted to open a bank account in your bank and we should go together. We should discuss about opening about my bank account as well." So Ravi said, "Should I book a cab for you?" He started booking a Uber for both of them. He said, "Cab? No, it's very costly. We should go for the auto or e-rickshaw if possible." Ravi was surprised. Miss Ria is talking about money, saving money. Ria said, "Yeah, I'm a banker now. So I care about money. I've always been a very person who cares about money. I always have been conscious about money." Ravi that. Okay. They went to that person's home. Can anyone guess who that person was who ignored them and come after next day because you were 10 minutes late? Who was he? Any guesses?
The first friend.
Colonel Hardayal.
Okay, it was first friend.
Yeah.
That was Rahul.
Rahul.
Rahul was an army person now, and he insisted. So they reached to that home, and Ria said, "Really? Next slide, please. Really? You were the person who refused my bank subordinate to come to your place and open your bank account because he was just 10 minutes late. You were always late in the office or college." "No, I was never late. I was always been a disciplined person in my life," Rahul said. And all three of them laughed again. In life, we always want to get new habits. Sometimes we want to quit smoking. Sometimes we want to uh, manage our money better. Sometimes we try to reach everything everywhere on time. But more often than not, we fail. But why do we fail? Because we have kept our identity with that bad behavior. Next slide, please. So, while building good habits is an art, it's also a little bit about self-image or self-esteem as well. For example, if I give you a cigar and if you are trying to quit smoking, what would you say? Anyone?
No,
If
thank you.
Sorry?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Any other person would try to guess?
I'll just refuse it.
And what you will say? Why you're not taking it?
I don't smoke.
You don't smoke. Okay. And you have been a chain smoker from being from 4 months now, 4 years. From 4 years. So what would you say?
I have
If I
quit
persist,
smoking.
you have quit smoking. Correct. So there were two responses uh, to this statement that I have quit smoking or I'm trying to quit smoking or I am a non-smoker. There's a difference between the two. If you say I'm the non-smoker, that closes all the doors. And mentally, you and the person in front of you are on the same page that this person is different. He's not a smoker. But if you say, yeah, I'm trying to quit smoking, no thank you today, it says if I persist a little bit, maybe you will. So it's more about identity. But identity is a long-term game. How will you change identity in a day? And that will take you to the little steps. So Just like Ravi, you can start lifting some weights if you are trying to be fitter. Just like Ria, you can start doing something about your life in general and managing some money in life. And just like Rahul, you can start approaching the habits from another person as well. But more often than not, sometimes we fail. And if we fail one time, we think, okay, this is not my cup of tea. I can't change. But it's more about the vote you give to yourself. It's more about out of 10 times, even if you are succeeding 6 to 7 times, you are giving a vote to yourself still that I am not this person, I'm a different person. And over the time, once you are doing that habit again and again and again, you will get to know, okay, I'm a different person. I don't eat outside. You can, if you are trying to be a healthier person, what will you say? What will they say? Okay, what I'm a healthy person, and what should a healthy person do in his life? He should eat good food. He should not eat outside. He should do less smoking or alcohol. He should sleep early. So sleep, health, sleep, eating habits, and exercise. So I'm a healthy person. I do this now, and this is identity of a healthy person. So every time you are taking up right decisions, you are casting a vote about your self identity that will make take you towards in proper direction. So at the end, I would just like to say your identity is literally what you become. Toastmasters today, which habit are you struggling with? Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anurag, for that, for a very simple yet resounding message. Now communicate in a very different way with the help of these lovely stories and animations, which I'm sure have been generated by AI. So I'd like to ask you, what tool was it to which you generated these pictures or images?
It was from Microsoft Images.
Microsoft what?
Microsoft Images, AI tool for Microsoft.
Okay, nice. Yeah, not everything is Copilot, is it?
Microsoft
Marcus?
Copilot AI, yeah, same.
Same? Okay. All right. Thank you.
The question was, what habit are you struggling with?
Oh, yeah. Uh, you want me to be uh, publicly announce it so that then I can work on it. See, my identity. Uh, let me ask my essay as to he gives me flattering introduction every time. What do you think is the habit that I struggle with?
How can I say that? I think
See, sometimes there are things, right? So there's something that falls into those buckets where you're saying, I don't know, but you know, but I don't know. So I'm talking about what do you think you know that I don't know?
I think you're struggling with, let us not tell it publicly. You were right.
No, I am a person who's also not very disciplined. I struggle with procrastination, lethargy, and being punctual. So those are things that I'm trying to work on. Though I always join the meeting before time, uh, and I surprisingly there are people who are even, even join after me. So sometimes somehow in this community, I am the one who's on time and people get joining late. But I hope each one of us can get on time and start being more disciplined towards what we aim to achieve in our personal life, what we want as our identity. That being said, now it's time for the polls for the best speaker. While we generate the polls, before we generate the polls, first let's confirm with the timer if both speakers have qualified. They are within their time to be qualified for voting, to be eligible for voting.
Yeah, so Toastmaster Jatin, Sunil Gupta is qualified. He completed his speech in 6 minutes 25 seconds. Toastmaster Anurag Gupta is not qualified. He was under time. by 1 minute. So it took 17 minutes to finish the speech.
Okay. I am not sure if we follow the same grace period thing for the prepared or for this speech as well. Is it only 30 seconds grace? Do you know, evaluator? Manvi, would you know that the grace is the same? 30 seconds? Okay. So yes, then unfortunately Anurag hasn't qualified for voting. There would be no polls. But what we can do is
So
we can.
just for information, so I started the time when the PPT was ready and he started speaking, not when he was preparing. So if we
Okay.
include that also, then we'll be in time, but I've excluded that.
You have to include the first gesture.
Yeah. Then you asked whether you are audible or not.
Yeah, but we have to wait for a speaker to be ready, right?
So, okay. Um, you had to be at least 1730 to be qualified for
Yeah.
voting, but unfortunately not. Okay. But wonderful message still and wonderful speech. So what we would request is if all the audience can send a personal message to both the speakers on what did they think of their speeches, what a recommendation if you have any, that would be helpful for us, for as Toastmasters, as speakers, to us, work upon what we did well, or know at least what we did well, and then work upon what you think was lacking. So please help Sunil ji and Anurag by sending them personal messages about your feedback. Now, okay, moving on with the theme of today's meeting. And does anybody remember what the theme of today's meeting is after those wonderful speeches? Let's ask our table topics evaluator.
Pathways, understanding pathways.
Close. It's decoding pathways. We go a step ahead. We okay. So one thing that after we chosen path and we are attending projects, there's one thing that we have to do is how do we navigate through it, right? So we were at that point where we were sharing this information as to how do we go about we understanding what pathways is, what are the paths and projects within that. But let's do a quick deep dive into how do you navigate through it. So for people who have not already done that, and that includes mostly the new members, except one person who is not here. But if you have done already, maybe you can help others do it. Your buddies and mentees do this, is logging on to Toastmasters, go to select pathways from the menu bar, which is right at the top. Go to Basecamp, which is the online platform for accessing Pathways program. You sign in with your login, user ID and password. You go to Basecamp homepage, you go to path selection, complete the assessment, which comes something like this here, where you answer different questions. And then it gives you suggestions of paths rather, and you choose either one of those three or any of the other eight as well. There's no compulsion that you should choose only those three which come up as a suggestion after the survey is complete. And then all you have to do is every time you have attempting a project, you go to Basecamp, open. So when you go to Basecamp, if this is the page that looks like, you click on open curriculum for that particular path that you have chosen, and it will take you to the level that you are at. And then you can click on the particular project to launch the project details and view the project details to go through the project for basically what is the project requirement. It also gives you, there is material that you can go through to help you understand what the project is all about, what the project requires, what as a Toastmaster you're supposed to do for the project. Some projects require you to take up a speech, like just like what give a speech, just like what Sunil ji and Anurag have done today. Others require you to pick up a role, like become a topics master or Toastmaster of the day or an evaluator. Some of them will ask you to give longer speeches like Anurag, some shorter speeches like the icebreakers that are generally only 4 to 6 minutes. So that through those working through those projects and progressing the levels that we have talked about earlier, like this, one gains or hones over 300 plus skills, and that's what Toastmasters says is the benefit of going through the Pathways education program. What I would now like to ask some of the skills that as Toastmasters, because most of you except one here is a Toastmaster, what skills do you think you want to work on? Why have you joined Toastmasters? So let me start first with somebody who's not spoken till now. So going down the list, uh, our regular guest Toastmaster, Toastmaster Dev Parashar. Did he jump off the boat just in time? It seems like that. So as soon as I took his name, he jumped the ship. Okay, let me ask Area K1 Director, Toastmaster Vandana Bagaria. You there? Vandana ji, you there? Are you able to speak? Seems like she's not. Okay. 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 Let me then ask somebody else. Whom do we have? Toastmaster Manvi. What skills did you want to work on for which you have joined Toastmasters?
To be very frank, when I joined in, I had a different aim here to improve my communication skills. But now, if you'll ask me what skills I want to work upon, that would be counseling, mentoring, and brand building skills. Because this I personally feel are the core of any other profession, any profession, I would say. So I personally think this is what I want to work upon.
Cool. Let's ask another person. Our club mom, Smita Kotkar. What skills did you want to work on? Have you achieved those, or what are you continuing with? Smita ji, she is not available either. Okay. So without taking in the interest of time, let me quickly just touch upon one other aspect. Now that both of the speakers have completed their or the speech that was supposed to be delivered as part of the project, I would like to ask both of them actually the flow of what a project is all about. What do you need to do when you start with a project, and how do you end that project? Either of you can respond to it. So what go first?
Let me start. Yeah, please.
Yeah. We need to assess ourselves before the speech so that we can know that where we are. If we honestly give the numbers, we honestly assess ourselves, then and after that we after speech we have to assess again ourselves that we have improved some some extent or not. Actually, Toastmasters is all about your interest. So whatever you assess or you get feedback, it should be honest and clear. There is no need to what we say a kind of lying that I give before assessment I give 5 numbers, or after assessment I give 5 numbers. That is because we are here to improve ourselves. We are not showing, we are not going to show others that I have achieved, I have completed 4 pass or 5 pass. If you are not able to speak, if you are not able to perform, then how much, how many pass you completed will go in when. So
Okay.
that's yeah.
Thank you for that, Sandeep. Anurag, you had some thoughts as well.
So I was talking about the process in general. So first of all, going into the Toastmaster website, that pathway, that what is the objective of the speech, first of all, and then my most of the time is when goes into the research of the topic which I want to pick and the kind of speech I want to. For if I have to give a speech in let's say 7 days, my 5 days are into the research. That what are the topics I read about all the things I can about that topic, and then I write. I try to set a timer and try to give it into respective time slot. Today was not my day, but most of the times I keep at around the timer. And one thing I've noticed that if your speech is around 7 to 8 minutes, we have to prepare around 10 minutes because 1 to 2 minutes gap is always there when you perform, and then get the feedback and implement that feedback as soon as you said.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience on how do you proceed.
Jatin,
Yes,
actually,
Sanjeev.
Anurag is right. Why this happens? Because does not audience does not respond. That's why he's disqualified because nobody responded when he asked the questions.
So maybe that would he was expecting 30 seconds to for audience response. That didn't happen, and that's why
Right.
he fell short of. Okay,
You should
well,
always prepare. Yeah.
it works the other way for me. But let me quickly share my thoughts, and before we move on to the last or the next section, is what you have to do is, as you said, once you go into the portal, access your project, which is which you can also download and get the project of, like for example, evaluation feedback project as attempted by Sunji today. You understand the content, those masters provide this content where you can go through, understand what the purpose of your assignment is, assess your skills like Sunilji was saying before you attempt the project, and then it is material as to what is this project all about, how do you want to, it makes you understand the project's requirements, and then it gives you a way to apply. It asks you to apply those learnings that you have learned through the project. You go and you have a checklist where you can, if you follow it step by step, it tells you what you need to do. How do you even go about writing your speech? For example, if you're writing a longer speech like Anurag is, you can, it gives you a framework as to what should be a first point, or how should you write a first point. You should have three sub points of examples to it. Then you transition to out and then moving forward. It gives properly, the checklist gives you a proper framework of how should you go about preparing your speech or preparing your task for that assignment. And then it shares an evaluation form for you to share with your evaluator. After which, once you have delivered it in during the meeting, delivered the speech during the meeting, you go back and then assess your skills after completing the project, which is, oh, it's not here, but there's an assessment that you have to do after the survey as well. So that's the whole process of attempting each project. That that's basically the question to what Vikasi was asking is, how do you go about preparing? What is the preparation material that Toastmasters provide in order to make you work towards various aspects, which is each project that you're attempting. Go through the project details, learn what it is required in that. If you follow that project requirement step by step, you would get into the habit of doing those and then slowly moving further or honing your skills further. And during the process, if you need help, you can always reach out to your mentor. You always reach out to your buddy who will help you understand what the project requirements, help with your speeches, help with your roles, and help you grow further. That being said, it's time to go further in one aspect of the meeting that is very interesting, it's fun, and it's very challenging as well. And for that, we have person who conducts this session. That the person is someone who I've already mentioned is very adept at getting creative when it comes to not only introducing the meeting but also introducing me. I don't know where does he comes up with his bright lights, even though he's a person of high integrity and fortitude, as far as I know, who is currently in the Mumbai area, same as Anurag, while being originally from Vaishali, Bihar, uh, somebody who loves nature and his roots. So put your hands together for our topic master for today, Toastmaster Suraj Kumar.
Thank you so much, Mr. Toastmaster, and once again, a very scintillating evening to all fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. And today, as I'm Table Topics Master, so today I'll be facilitating the table topics, and here I'll be introducing a few topics, and I'll call you any one of you, and you have to speak extempore, or you can say off the cuff. And as our timer has already mentioned that you will have 30 seconds of time grace in the beginning as well as at the end. And at 1 minute, you will be shown the green card, 1.5 yellow, and 2 minutes red card. And as we say that there are different section of meet toast, I like online meeting of Toastmaster Club, right? So I would like to say it Jubilee, right? And it's a obviously it's a Jubilee, or I can say celebration, where we all participate together and we enjoy together, right? And so now I would like to call, and before I move forward, let me tell you that any speaker who is just speaking, as soon as he finishes or she is done with his or her speech, I would like to see one hand raised so that I will not be saying again and again that who is going to be next and who is going to be volunteer. And otherwise, if I see no hand raised, then I will call anyone. Uh, and then I will be giving you a topic. So now, anyone who wants to go first, please raise your hand, and then I'll give you a topic. Anyone? So, any guest, I would insist any guest to come first here.
Why not we choose the Toastmaster first, and then we have only one guest, Vikas.
Okay. So
If
let's take.
If nobody's raising hands, just go for it. Let's choose people.
So, okay. Toastmaster Manu, would you like to go first? Toastmaster Manvi. Okay. So, Toastmaster Manvi, yes, you can. Yes, you can, Toastmaster Manvi.
For sure, I can. Why cannot I? This should be the courage that every single individual have. Instead of self-doubting, instead of looking forward for others' approval, instead of asking what exactly should I or I can or I cannot, have that self-confidence that you can, then only you will. Remember, the any single individual around you never knows you in total. The only person who knows you 100% is you. And if you think you can, then obviously you will. May it be thousands of people against you who say, she cannot, he cannot, you cannot. Don't go with what they say. Go with what you feel. Go with what you want to do. And go with why you want to do it. Because at times what happens is we do things to prove ourselves. We do things to prove others wrong. But instead of doing it that way, do it in a way where you have a specific goal for that specific work. You have a specific intention for that specific work that you are doing. Then you will succeed and you'll fly you'll succeed with flying colors. It is not about I can or I cannot. The very first thing is why you should. Then only you will, and then only you can. Make sure you have a positive intention. Make sure it is helping you and others if you are doing it for others. and make sure to not to go on with what people say and go on with what you feel. Toastmaster Suraj, I did it. What about you? Over to you.
Thank you so much. And friends, if someone tells you you cannot remember Toastmaster manual gestures, and you will definitely doing those things. So our next speaker is going to be today's timer, Toastmaster Avnish. So okay, okay.
Actually,
So for time, yeah.
yes.
Toastmaster Shubham, can you show a green card? Okay. So Toastmaster Avnish, for you the timer is Shubham. And now Toastmaster Avnish, the only way out is through. The only way out is through. Toastmaster Avnish.
See, I think I am understanding it in two ways. First, the only way out is by doing that. Uh, that could be one way. So definitely, like, let me explain this way only. Definitely, like, if we have to achieve anything, we will have to do it. Uh, so let me give you an example. Like, there was a time when I was in Infosys. So just for you, Jatin, I was also in Infosys for a time. And I got a task, right, which was quite different than my profile, right? And I was sitting at a client location, and it was, I would say, like the task was completely different from my profile, and it was very hard for me. But I thought to take a challenge, right? And there was one person who was helping me, but I didn't get much support from him. Like, he said in front of everyone, like in a in a meeting, that yes, I will be there always to help you, but I didn't get that support, right? Because the thing was entirely new for me, and I was hoping more support for me, at least like 2 to 3 meetings, in a week, so that I can work on that. But I didn't get that support. Anyway, the time came when I had to present that task, and it didn't went that well, right? And then the experience was not good for me. I had to listen that, why I did not uh, I did not came up earlier, that this I cannot do this. And that was a very bad uh, experience for me. I didn't feel good at that time. But then I realized that, I will try to do, I will try to learn this, and I will try to uh, achieve, or I would say I will try to learn this. And after in some months, I learned that thing, and I have written a good blogs. I've done a lot of things on that technology, I would say. That's my take on this. Back to you, Toastmaster Switch.
So you just proved that without going through, there is no way out. And also a story that if you have to cross a bridge, definitely you will be going up, like either swimming or either by boat or a steamer or any ship. And then again someone tells in that situation that we have a bridge over so many rivers. So even that bridge has been built, putting so many material in the river itself. So obviously that is also through, not directly. So now our main so next speaker, I would like today's general evaluator Akib to speak on. And
Yes, please.
be kind. Okay. Toastmaster Akib, be kind whenever possible. It is always possible. Be kind whenever possible. It is always possible. Toastmaster Akib.
Be kind. Is it possible always? You never know. I would say you never know. You never know. It's not always possible, but it all depends on how you want to attempt, how you want to look into the situation, how you want to really get through. So let me tell you an example. I am been going through a lot of difficulties, wherein I'm expected to get promotion, and that promotion is getting delayed from 7-8 months. What happens through those delays that you get irritated. You feel that things are not falling my way. And when I seek feedback on why I'm not getting promoted, feedbacks are like, the time is just not right. You're not lucky. And in those moments, I feel like responding, very harsh, or feel like responding with the head on, saying, hey, you guys don't deserve me, of something of that sort. But controlling myself, controlling your emotions through those discussions and trying to put rationale, trying to be polite and saying those kind words is very tough. Believe me, I've been through those discussions and I was like, what are you guys talking? It's already been 8 months, and there has been a lot of promises, and you see the whole industry is growing, everybody is growing. Why it is just that me? Why it's always me whenever it comes to growth, and whenever it comes to something which is aligned with my success, you guys are not doing it. And I was like, okay, hold on to your emotion the way cricketers were doing yesterday. You have to hold on till it gets through. Like in 16th, 17th over, you've seen it, right? That's what I do. I hold on to my emotion, try to be kind, and somewhere down the line, I would say it's very difficult to be kind in those moments. What do you?
Yeah. So yeah, it definitely, you just said that they're having so many difficulties, but you know that every cloud has a silver lining. And after that, after coming out of that difficulty, you will definitely reflect that situation. And if you have been kind, then definitely you will tap your pat back, right? So that's a great speech. Now, Toastmaster Varun has raised his hand, and Toastmaster Varun, if not now, then when? If not now, when? Then when? Toastmaster Varun.
When? Probably today, probably tomorrow, probably after 10 days, 15 days, 20 days. But somewhere you have to start. It can be the first small step towards the big mankind, or it can be as huge step as getting out of your room's door just so that you can move out of the comfort zone that you are sitting in. It can be as huge as eating a grape, or it can be as small as butchering an animal. You never know. All it matters is how you fight your inner demons, those dark desires, those threats for the human mankind, which are there because of yourself, which you may not know right now, but at some point they might come out. When I was watching this beautiful web series called The Mind Hunter, I came to know about so many different perspectives. Why people would kill, why people had desires, something which we never talk about. But from their point of perspective, it was all right to them. They felt it was correct and hence they did it. They all were under the impression of if not now, then when? Well, we have to tread these lines extreme carefully because these are the lines which can make or break a person. It's your courage which talks about those lines. If you are courageous enough to talk about the SRP in a Toastmasters club, well, it's gonna make it or break it or make you. Now, those who are wondering what SRP is, you should have listened to Sergeant at Arms' speech or the Sergeant at Arms introduction in the earlier meeting today. That being said, I am walking on that thin line right now. If not now, then when? Over to you, table.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Varun. And now I would like to invite Vikas Gautam, today's guest.
Hi.
Vikas Gautam. Our life is our message. Our life is our message. Guest Vikas.
Yes, please give me the topic.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so I have already mentioned the topic. Guest Vikas. Our life is our message. Our life is our message. Guest Vikas.
Yes, if we take the example of Mahatma Gandhi and there was in Calcutta there is one nun who used to cater to poor people. I forgot her name. So these two people who worked towards the country and for the common people. And like Gandhi, when he was in South Africa, he was a different person. But when he was thrown out of train and in doing law practice, he communicated with people and worked for common people. That because there are poverty and scarcity of food in Africa, his experience changed. But even when he came to India and he fought for independence of India, he became very popular, and not only because how he was so powerful, like. A single person single-handedly, like the Britishers were afraid of him. He was not a strong man, he didn't speak harshly or strong words. He was like a normal person, not very well built. So but the British government were scared of him. And what he did for India, and someone like Ram, what he did towards his fight with no help. And it is believed that animals and like some kind of animals and monkeys helped him. So people like Ram, Gandhi, and nun. So these people became their life. What they did in life became the message and inspiration for the people of India, and they look forward to them whenever they are in like doubt or in difficult situation. They look towards him. And some people also like people like Krishna, like in Mahabharat Yuddha, what how he advised Arjun. Like many people faced and they don't know what to do. They start trembling their hand, their inner self itself doesn't support many times. So what Krishna said and how he motivated Arjun to look forward for the fight. So these all these three people are like the role model, and they are like legends, and their life became the message for the people. So we should read about the books written by these people like Mahatma Gandhi and Krishna, whatever the books they read, like Bhagavad Gita. And Mahatma Gandhi also wrote some book like my autography. So we should read these books and we should come to know more about it, so that we can inculcate their some of their qualities and bring into us, and it will definitely make us a better person. Thank you.
Wow, wonderful. As this quote resonates with one of the quote of Mahatma Gandhi, he in one of the occasions said that my life is my message, and you have spoken very well about him. Now I would like to invite on this stage Toastmaster Dev. Toastmaster Dev, are you there? Toastmaster Dev, are you there? Okay, Grammarian Dilip. Toastmaster Grammarian Dilip, would you like to attempt a topic?
Yes,
Okay, thank you so much.
but my camera will not be on. It's there is some problem with the camera.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. So, Toastmaster Dilip, mistakes are proof that you are trying. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. Toastmaster Dilip.
Mistakes are the only ways which are the proof that you are trying something. So that is the truth. Once we want to achieve some goal, we have to start trying. A baby starts learning how to walk just by trying. It gets up, it tries to get up, it falls down. It's trying. It failed, but it's trying. But after some days, it succeeds in standing up, and successively, after some days, it starts learning how to walk. So mistakes are very important for learning the things, for achieving your goals. If Einstein was not doing the mistakes, he was trying to find out which kind of filament material will be good for a successful light bulb. He nearly failed 4,000 times. When someone asked him, how come you have failed so many times? He said, I learned how many ways are there which does not work. So I learned things, not I failed. He never took that as a failure. So, so, so it is a very good thing that mistakes are proof that you are learning, and yeah, that's it. So over to you, Toastmaster Suraj.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dilip. And obviously, every mistakes teaches us a certain lesson, and we should embrace that lesson, not to repeat the same mistake again in our life. Now I have the last topic, and now I would like to invite Toastmaster Hani Agarwal on the stage to attempt topic. Toastmaster Honey, life is too short to wait. Life is too short to wait, Toastmaster Honey.
Am I audible? Yes. So life is too short to wait for anything. Yeah. Just I take inspiration from the last topic uh, that it is okay to make mistake, but to try. We sit in the on the pen many a times on taking certain decisions. Right? So I was when I was in college, when I was doing MBA, I have attended one Toastmaster session in Mumbai. It was really eye-opening for me, but it was also very scary to see people going on the stage and performing. So even though I have done MBA, I've been there in the corporate life for so many years, but still, when it comes to public speaking, I I become nervous. Yeah, it scares me, and it is also said that public speaking is the one of the biggest fear that people have. So for all those years, even though I wanted to hone my public speaking skills, some or the other way, I always had an excuse with myself. Either I don't have time, or it is still scary, or I don't need this. After so many years, I got connected with my friend, and I came to the Toastmaster session as a guest, and I said, okay, I will not wait anymore. Okay, I will not sit on the fence anymore. I want to join Toastmaster. Let me try. Let me make mistake. Let me learn and stumble and then get up again. So why to wait? Let's do it. Let's.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hani, for not waiting more and to joining today's meetup. And with this, I would say that again, this is the activity in Toastmaster meetup where even every guest can actively participate and enjoy this jubilee. So now I am done with the topic, and now I back to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Suraj, for conducting this challenging yet fun-filled session with such good topics that, that was simple, apt, but apt, each having its own message, but with the summary of each, most of them being, let's go ahead and do what we are supposed to, work on what we are supposed to. And okay, because he is sharing some books and the example of person he looks up to. But before we move further, let's also look up to people who perform the best as per the audience opinion in today's table topic section. So that we have to launch a poll. And before launching the poll, I'd like to confirm the timer. Just tell me if everybody has qualified or there are people who have not qualified for voting.
So Toastmaster Jatin only guessed because was overtimed by 10 seconds. Otherwise, everyone is qualified.
When you say 10 seconds, you were 240?
Yeah, it was 240.
Okay, thank you. So we have to remove his name and then launch the poll for the best table topic speaker, requesting everybody to vote for the best table topic speakers according to them. Now, while you do that, you could also, just like for prepared speakers, share your own feedback for the table topic speakers through a personal message, either through the chat or later if you have their numbers in our WhatsApp group. Please feel free to do so because we feed on feedback. And in order to bring more of that feedback, I would quickly turn on to our general evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Akib, to continue with that session. You're unmuted but can't hear you. No.
Now it should work, right? Good. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jatin. We are here in the general evaluation section, and we will start with the evaluation of speakers. So we'll go ahead with first evaluator, which is Toastmaster Devika, and she will be giving evaluation for our first speaker. So over to you, Toastmaster Devika.
Whatever you give is whatever you get. A wonderful message uh, given by Toastmaster Sunil through his speech, and I would like to give some. First, I would like to start with the commendations. You have a very good eye contact. Your vocal variety was good, and you have the clarity with you spoke. Whatever you spoke, you have given a clear message to the audience. And only one recommendation is that you have in the body of your speech, you have the I think you have two stories. The second part of the story, I think it was not clear. You have quickly tell the story and come back to the conclusion. So I would recommend that I think you can elaborate the story and give the message, then come back to the conclusion. Only that I would recommend you. Otherwise, it was a very nice speech with a good message. And looking forward for your speech. Over to you, Jenny. Again.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Devika, for the valuable feedback. We'll move ahead for the second speech evaluation, which is to be done by Toastmaster Manvi. Do we have Manvi in the meeting?
Yes, I'm there. I request someone to please spotlight the second speaker. I cannot see him.
Yeah, so we can spotlight him now.
Thank you so much.
Over to you.
Thank you so much, Janelle Valmeda. Adat Nagar. When I first heard the word, actually, when I first read this specific title, I was wondering whether the speaker will be delivering his speech in Hindi because the title was in Hindi. And I was amazed how he came up with a story in the starting. That too of three friends. When he started with a story saying there were three friends, I remembered of my two friends in college with whom I'm not in touch with, and eventually he even came to the point that after a specific time when we cross the college, we are not in good touch with our friends. But eventually, when the story continued, there were points where he shared about the characters and the nature of these three friends, where he even shared how he actually lived with that distinct point with all the audience was commendable. The point that I personally loved was, though it was an 18 to 22-minute speech, he had the courage to stand up and deliver the speech. That was commendable to Master Anurag. Along with that, a few things like this is, it is an L5 project one speech, so I'll be a little critical and instead of more commendations, I'll be sharing more recommendations with you. So please bear with that. The very first point was as soon as you started, you asked, am I audible? Am I visible? And when it comes to professional speaking or speaking in a professional setup, this starting with this specific point actually distanced the audience from us because that showed we were not prepared for this. In this situation, I request not only the speaker but everyone who has the role or who has to speak in the setup, try to join in early so that you can do the tech checks in advance before the meeting starts. That was one point. The other point was PPT. Though that was well prepared, and this project is even about the presentation mastery path, the one thing that we could have done is to allot the PPT in advance because I personally know I got the PPT when you were about to start, and though I was ready with it because I do have a little tech support with me, but when it comes to professionalism, try to do all these things in advance. Along with that, I can already see the yellow card, so I'll move quick. There were a lot of to and fro movement. For example, if I continue delivering my evaluation like this, obviously the audience will be looking up to me will say whether she's nervous or she's not prepared. So there were a lot of to and fro movements while you were using this case that was commendable, but a lot of movements disconnects the attention of the audience. And one more thing about movements, a lot of not so useful left to right movements just to use the stage. Stage usage is compulsory, but using too much of stage is not recommended. So try to limit that to. In that situation, what we could have done is there were three characters in the story. Maybe one character would have you could have shared one character's nature at the left side, second at the center, and third at the right side. That would have covered the stage in total and would have removed the unuseful movements as well. The story was good, the presentation was good, but personally I felt maybe the briefing was not well done because the story that you were doing and the picture that was on screen was not matching. For example, there was a picture where the poster was there, but you continued with the story, and after a specific point, that was not relating to the screen and what you were saying. So that could have been maintained. And one last recommendation. I know I'm a little too critical and I'm even over time, but one last recommendation that I personally feel was when we are delivering a professional speech, instead of too much of stage usage and even the actions that we do from left to right, try to maintain the eye contact with the audience. And that I personally felt was a lot missing in the speech. Maybe you were looking right, maybe you were looking left, or you were too busy with movements that you missed the eye contact with the audience. And that eye contact actually relates the audience with you, binds the audience with you. So whenever we speak, especially in the online setup, the eye contact is the camera that we have. Then only people will see you are looking. So that was all from my side. Aside of that, the confidence you had, the energy you built in, the questions you brought in between to engage the audience, and even engage the audience after the story by sharing a key message that how habits form us and we should have good habits. That was commendable. A few a few improvements about the movements in eye contact. Otherwise, it was a wonderful speech. Congratulations to Smart Anurag for delivering and completing this specific project of level 5. And looking forward to hearing more speeches from you. Thank you so much. Over to you, Janalival.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manavi, for this fantastic evaluation of speaker 2. Now we will move ahead and start with the evaluation from the internal team. So we'll go ahead and check how we did with grammar. Did anybody use phrase of the day, word of the day or not? So over to you, grammarian Toastmaster Dilip.
Thank you, General
I have two
Evaluator.
hand raised. I have
Sorry,
two hand raised. Yeah, Jatin.
sorry to interrupt, General Evaluator, but just like every cloud has a silver lining,
Okay.
uh, we need to celebrate the jubilee of having a table topics evaluator.
Okay, so we need to go table topic evaluator first before the grammarian, right?
Yeah, so we generally follow table topics evaluator, then
Okay.
grammarian, our counter timer, and then listener.
Amazing. Let us celebrate the jubilee then. We will have table topic evaluator Toastmaster Shubham to evaluate the table topic speakers. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Akim. So, okay, I will straight away get to the evaluations. So first, Toastmaster Manvi, the first speaker. Your topic was, yes, you can. And what a great speech it was, Toastmaster Manvi. Straight away started by answering that, yes, I can. And you just connected the dots. Your overall message was good that if you think you can and you can achieve anything, your structure was good. Everything was well organized. I have no recommendation for you. So the next speaker, Toastmaster Avnish, your topic was the only way out is through. It was a great speech, Toastmaster Avnish. You shared your personal story, how you overcome, how you written blogs, did different things. Overall, it was a very good speech, well delivered. The only recommendation I have is that you could like on the starting part, after listening to the topic, you just told that okay, I'm thinking that what it could be. Without stating all those things, you can just straight away start with the topic and just you can deliver it. It will go with the flow. So overall, it was a great speech. Then our general evaluator, Toastmaster Rakib. Your topic was be kind whenever possible, and it is always possible. A fabulous speech it was, Toastmaster Rakib. You shared your personal story about your workplace, how you did different things, and you were not getting promotions and all. Uh, and kudos to you for starting with a question, for grabbing the attention of audience, and how you stated controlling your emotion. You connected with the topic very well. I have two recommendations for you. The first one is on the ending part. The conclusion could be better. Like you stated that it was difficult time, but you could have connected with the topic as well. It was a different time, a difficult time for you, but at the end part, you could just connect to the dot with the topic. The second recommendation, you are a great orator. Just you can use your hand gestures and voice modulation, and just it will add a cherry on the top of the cake. Overall, it was a great speech. Then our next speaker, Toastmaster Varun, again a great orator. If not now, then when? you also straight away started with the answering that the question, and you talked about different things, the web series, everything, and your structure was very well. This year's speech was very well organized. The only recommendation I have for you is that you talked about example, like you gave example of web series, a particular web series. So like in a table topic or in any speech, like those who have not seen the series or don't know of the series can't connect with the series. So you could have just use a generic example so that everyone could relate to your speech, and your speech could be more impactful. Then Toastmaster guest Vikas Gautam, what a great speech it was, guest Vikas. And before going to the speech, listening skill is very important. I guess I don't know whether it was a network glitch or so what, but you waited for 30 seconds after listening the topic, and again you asked for the topic. So that is a different part. Our Toastmaster, okay, we'll cover that. Your topic was "Our life is our message." You gave different examples and beautifully stated different things, different example, and what a great speech it was. Uh, and yeah, the you mentioned in the chat it was Mother Teresa. Uh, and the I have few recommendation for you. The first thing is you went overtime, you shoot overtime. You can work upon that. The second thing is the opening could, like in your case also, in structure wise, opening could have been better. Like you straight away started by giving example that you listen to topic, our life is our message, and you started stating about Mahatma Gandhi. So you could have done something else, like making a plot and then going to the body, because opening, body, and conclusion is important in every speech, whether it's a table topic or a normal speech. Other than that, it was a great speech, Toastmaster Vikas Gautam. Then our second last speaker, Toastmaster Dilip. Mistake are proof that you are trying. Again, what a great speech it was, Toastmaster Dilip. Your starting was good. Your body was good. There was a factual mistake that the bulb was invented by Thomas Edison, not Einstein, I guess. Well, uh, and everything was good. Just you can work upon your concluding remark, because again the structure part come into the picture. Then our last speaker, Toastmaster Honey. Honestly, it was a well organized speech, Toastmaster Honey. You, like, from all the speakers, your speech was just very well structured. You started on a very good note. You shared personal example about how you went to a Toastmaster meet and different things. You connected the dot very well. Again, how you started you waited so long for joining the Toastmaster, and then after a long time you joined Toastmaster, which connected to the topic. And at the end, like you spoke for a short span, but it was a very well structured speech. Only one recommendation that you can use your time remaining, like you are a great orator, so you can also just utilize your time and you can speak for more time. Otherwise, it was a great speech. So this was my evaluation. Thank you all, and back to general orator, Toastmaster Rakib.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shubham, for this comprehensive report. We'll move ahead and see how we were with attention, how many of us were really present in the meeting. And we do that by bringing the role player called listener. So over to you, Toastmaster Hani Agrawal.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So now it's the time wherein I ask some questions and see how attentive all our Toastmaster and speakers guests were today. So the first question in the General Evaluator speech, Akib's speech, he compared his role with the coach of which sports?
Cricket.
Yes, he compared with his role with the coaches of cricket team. The second question, which most of the Toastmasters here would know, how many paths are there in the pathway?
11.
11.
Yes, there are 11 pathways. So it was something new to me. I have noted it down. What are 5 basic competency that the Toastmaster let you work on different pathways? That is the third question. Anyone? The 5?
leadership, confidence. I remember clearly.
Management,
Yes.
leadership.
Reiterating again, the public speaking skill, the interpersonal communication, strategic leadership, management, and confidence. The fourth question is what, according to Sunil Gupta, is life?
Eco.
Yes, life is an eco. And what a beautiful story. I connected it very well with that story. So in the story that Sunil Gupta said, that's my fifth question. Why was Sunil Gupta's daughter worried and sad?
Her friend wanted to was going to put up her same studies coaching, but she was not having enough resources for uh, accommodating a rented accommodation.
Great. So her friend, she wanted to help her friend Garima. So another question on Toastmaster Jatin's speech. Which season of Kota Factory Jatin has recently watched or watching?
Third.
Yes. The third season. In Anurag speech, Toastmaster Anurag speech, who were the three friends in Adat Nagar? The name of the three friends.
Ravi,
Riya,
Riya,
Ravi.
Rahul.
Can you just mention one trait of each of the friend initially when
One
they were
was
Ravi
in
was
the
fond of
a
one
fat,
was
fat
fond of
one.
food,
Yeah. Okay.
and Riya was fond of lifestyle, so she would
yeah?
have
Rahul?
everything. And Rahul was lethargic fellow. He would not do a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Always
he was a
messy.
laid back
Office.
lethargic
Yeah.
person. The eighth question is why was Riya's father angry?
She didn't pay 3 months credit card bill, and also why she should have that credit card.
Exactly. So she owning a credit card itself when she was not earning was the one thing her father was angry. Okay, the ninth question was what was the name of the retired army colonel in Adat Nagar? I'm sure it's a tough one. The colonel name. No. So this shows that how attentive we were to the speech of Anurag.
Colonel Dayal something.
Absolutely great. So that was good answer. Colonel Hardayal.
Yes.
Kudos. 10th is what is Jatin struggling from recently?
Procrastination.
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 Lethargy, procrastination, even punctuality. Yeah. Okay, the last question was what was the first table topic of the day?
Yes, you can.
Yes, we all can. Yes, we can. So that's all from my side. Over to General Evaluator Akib.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Honey. Now it feels like we already had a recap of the whole session, and then we'll move ahead with what we wanted to do earlier, is to bring grammarian and have the grammarian report. So over to you, Toastmaster Dilip.
Hey, thank you, General Editor Akib. And what a wonderful session was it. So I'll start with the list of people who used the word of the day and phrase of the day. So TM Suraj, Toastmaster Suraj used Jubilee 2 times. He also used the phrase of the day, every cloud has silver lining. Toastmaster Akib used Jubilee word. Toastmaster Jatin used Jubilee word as well as the phrase of the day, which is every cloud has a silver lining. For improper grammatical uses, I found like okay, maybe there are some little things are there. Even I am not perfect how to evaluate those, but I think the flow was very smooth, and all the speakers were doing a great job in attempting that. Yes, you can. Then list of quotes which I liked. I just want to reiterate what quotes I liked. So General Evaluator Akib told, "Time is money." Then listening is more important than speaking. That's why God has given us 2 ears and one mouth. It was told by Toastmaster Honey. Toastmaster Jatin told a word, MB word for a fellow Toastmaster Devika. Toastmaster Sunil told, "It is easier to preach than practice." And then he reiterated the same thing. He modified his statement and he said, "Practice what you preach." Toastmaster Suraj used a word, scintillating. Toastmaster Manvi told, "Succeed with flying colors." That was a phrase. Toastmaster Suraj again told, "Be kind whenever possible. It's always possible." It was a topic itself. And then Toastmaster Vikas Gautam used the word inculcate. So its meaning is to make somebody learn. Toastmaster Suraj told, "My life is my message." It was a topic. And life is too short to wait. And Toastmaster Sunil, "Whatever you give, you get back." And Toastmaster Subham told, "Add cherry to over the cake." And also he used the word orator, which means a great public speaker. So that's what I did observe in this session. And thanks for providing me this opportunity. Over to you, General Liberator Akib.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dilip. We would go ahead and have a look how we did on crutch words and R's and So we will have Archita to share her counter report.
Good evening, everyone, once again. So here is my report. I'll start with Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Jatin. He used more than 5 times us, and his body gestures were good. Then Toastmaster Devika, she used more than 5 times us in arms. Then Toastmaster Sunil, who was our speaker first, he used the filler word actually, and his body gestures were good, and his even facial expressions were amazing. Then Toastmaster Manvi, she used us 2 times, more than 2 times, and her filler phrase or word was "you know" and "actually," and the repetitive word was "eventually." Her body gestures and her facial expression was good. Then Toastmaster Anurag, uh, he used more than 3 times, and his repetitive word was "like." Then Toastmaster Suraj used 5 times, and his filler word was you know that, and repetitive words so, and he used it for more than 4 times and like multiple times. His facial expression was good. Then Toastmaster Shubham, he used more than 5 times, and his repetitive word was also like, and his expression and gestures were too good. And then Toastmaster Rakib, he used filler words more than 5 times us, and facial expressions were good. A timer Toastmaster Avnish, he used filler sound more than 5 times, and his repetitive word was so and like. Then guest Varun, who was a table topic speaker, I didn't find any filler word or phrase using him, so kudos to him. And then guest Vikas Gautam, he used more than 3 times, and his repetitive word was but and like. Then Toastmaster Dilip, he used more than 2 times, and there is no filler word or repetitive word. And last, Toastmaster Honey, he used more than 3 times, his repetitive word but. His repetitive word was but and so, and his facial expressions were good. And that's all my report. And there is one single general recommendation to all of you, that while speaking, if you speak a little slow, then there will be no need of using these filler words. and you'll get some time to think and speak also. So that's all from my side. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Archita. Now is the time to look at time, how we did. So over to you, timer, Toastmaster Avnish Dubey.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Keep sharing my screen. Can you see my screen? So here I am presenting my timers report. So the meeting started at 4:12. Okay, so it should start at 4. Okay. And the speakers like Toastmaster Sunil Gupta has completed his speech in time. It was 6 minutes 25 seconds. Toastmaster Anurag Gupta, he was under time by 1 minute or 30 seconds, I would say. He completed his speech in 17 minutes. Then the table topic speakers, Toastmaster Manvi, she completed her speech in 2 minutes and 14 seconds. She was in time. Then I completed my table topic speech in 2 minutes 25 seconds in time. Toastmaster Akib, you completed your speech in 2 minutes 30 seconds in time. Toastmaster Varun, you completed your speech in table topic speech in 2 minutes 20 seconds over in time. Just because the speech was very good, but he overtimed by 10 seconds. He completed his speech in 2 minutes 40 seconds. Toastmaster Dilip, he completed his speech in 1 minute 44 seconds in time. And Toastmaster Hani, he completed his speech in 1 minute 50 seconds in time. Then the evaluators, Toastmaster Devika was under time by, I would say she completed her speech in 1 minute 15 seconds, but she should take at least 2 minutes to qualify for the vote. And then Toastmaster Manvi, she took 5 minutes 45 seconds. That's all. Back to you, General.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Avnish. Since we are over time, I'll try to wrap it up as quick as possible, but there are a lot of role players and it won't be, I'll have to speak, otherwise I won't do much justice to what we've done. So let me start. Let me start with the meeting. Sajid Atam, he started the meeting with his charming smile. Then we had presiding officer coming in and seeking guest introduction. Everything ran through the rule book that we have. I would really commend the effort from Sajid Atam's and presiding officer because of their unwavering commitment to the Toastmasters. We came in and we started the Toastmaster of the Day session, which had a lot of learning, especially for newcomers in the club. And I think it's right that we keep talking about it, especially for people like me who kind of get swayed and do not go back to base camp. Toastmaster of the Day kind of reminded me that you have a base camp login. You should go and check where you are and which pathway you are in. One amazing thing which I liked in Toastmaster of the Day session was the first is ask and then pick. And I'm doing this train the trainer training at my workplace. And they are very critical on this. Like first ask the question and then pick the member. Don't pick the member and ask the question. So that kind of allows people to think and get their ideas on, and it's really important for training. So kudos to you, Toastmaster Jatin. Second thing which is really important, especially when you kind of give training to people, is to have a case study, is to have some example. And I was looking for it, and then Jatin came in and he connected the case study or kind of example with the two speaker that we had. So he was like, these guys are attempting from this, and these guys are attempting this skill set from presentation mastery and all of this. So while doing this, it kind of allows the audience to connect with what is happening. They see a real-time example and have that thought that, okay, whatever is talking is somewhere linked, and uh, let us learn. And then he was also throwing a lot of questions here and there for people to be engaged. So I think you had all the basics and all the basics of a Toastmaster of the day, which is needed, especially thing that you brought in from a training aspect was really awesome. No feedback for you, but kudos. Coming to table topic master, I would say again, so the kind of commitment he has shown and over the period of time, I think it's amazing. And it feels sometimes unreal that this guy gets up every day, every meeting, and does a lot of stuff for the community here. And every time you see, he'll come with improvisation. So it's not that he's just getting up and coming in the meeting, he's walking and doing a lot of stuff. So there is one feedback. If you get to watch this video, Toastmaster Suraj, is that when you're talking about table topics session and you took a lot of time in explaining what is it and how it will happen, what is the timer and all those stuff. I feel that you should also talk about what skill set gets improved through table topics, like quickly thinking, organizing, and delivering. So that kind of sets the tone for the session. And telling people that, hey, everybody is allowed in this meeting, guests are also allowed. So he said it, you said it, but you said it in the last when everybody has already attempted. So bringing those aspects in the beginning. But I think you had a really nice topic there, and they kind of provoked a lot of thoughts. So people came in and they were thinking and then speaking. So good job done. Now we'll go back and talk about the speeches. I think all the speakers and evaluators, they have done a really good job in, evaluating the speech and getting better at it. I would say, that it's good that you brought in that analogy of eco to life and how your daughter destroyed your practice what you preach philosophy. And it was also interesting to see how you agreed to help. So good there. Sometime I was like, the expression that you're trying to bring, it was coming a little late. So I don't know how to fix that, but you should you should do more of rehearsal to see whenever the expression has to come, it comes at the right moment. And it's really next level stuff. What you did is already amazing. Okay, so second speaker, I think Manavi has already given a lot of feedback. So and I am a PPT buff. So I was looking at PPT and I was not able to stop myself. I would just suggest that whenever you have a PPT up and you have characters showing in, so we characters bringing and let them tell the story. This is a really good way, but just that character should stay throughout the PPT. So the photos should not change. And how you would do that with your AI is a difficult thing, but if you could have the same faces and if they want to grow, they let them grow a little bit, but have the same faces, and that will make your life little easy, and it will be very better. Like it will be communicated way better than what it was in the PPT. So that's one recommendation on PPT, because I love working on PPT and I love my office. So a lot of people have already spoken about it. Yes, when it comes to the grammarian, I think you did what was needed to be done, and you really brought in a lot of good quotations. I would say talk about the bad usages. Do not think that you're not qualified or something of that sort. You said, I think I'm not qualified to talk about it. I feel I myself have made a lot of grammatical mistakes, and it would have been great had you pointed it out. So keep it, use AI, use Grammarly and other tools, and try to bring in some feedback, at least 2 or 3 feedbacks, and that would sensitize people, that would make me feel uh, focused, that would allow me to go back, reflect on my grammar. So please do that, and I think you did an awesome job by uh, bringing that phrase of the day, word of the day, talking about all the positives. So kudos. Next comes the R counter. I really love that you brought in a PPT in the beginning in itself, like while introducing the role. I would suggest that you allow that slide to be there for some more time, like let it sink in. So it came in and it moved out in 5-10 seconds. So let it be there for 30 seconds, 40 seconds, so that I can see all the words which I have to work upon. I think you had a very succinct report. You talked about it, and amazing thing which I liked was the one liner you had in the last, that hey, hey folks, you want to get better at it, get slow. So I think that was the crux of what you did, and kudos. Uh, Timer, you were really awesome during the introduction, and I would really thank you for having that pragmatic approach. So you had this very clear approach to introduction. You're like, hey, speaker one, this is your timing. Speaker two, this is your timing. Timers, this is your stuff. And that kind of aligns everybody that okay, this is my time, and you don't have to repeat again while they come. So good job there. What I would have loved for you to do is also talk about time a little bit, like why is it important? Why are we doing this timer stuff? Why Toastmaster needs this timer role in itself? So that would have made more sense in the introduction. And when you're presenting report, we don't have to speak for everybody, just speak about the outliers, like people who have under timed or people who have over timed, and give them some suggestions. Say, hey, you took a lot of time during this, and you were not speaking for 30 seconds, but a lot of pauses, and which allowed you to go over time. Or for an evaluator who was under time, you could have said, hey, you could have thought about it and brought out some ideas to pass that 2 minute or 3 minutes of the passing time. So I think that would add more value to people here. Yes, so we have covered timer, our counter grammarian. It's just that listener came in and table topic evaluator. I think table topic evaluator, you did justice. You had a very comprehensive report with each and every one, and you really paid attention throughout the speech. So kudos to you. Toastmaster Honey, the listener of today, I think you did really amazing. You were able to test us out, and you were like, hey, you are not listening. You're not listening the name of Colonel Hardayal. And I was like, okay, let me reflect. And we all felt a little bit sad as well. Okay, this is important for us to pay attention. And I would say attention is the real currency, because wherever you pay attention, you get better. And if you don't pay attention, you'll not get better. Look at all your studies, look at all the work we do, look at in this Toastmaster meeting. The more you pay attention, the better you get. And if you don't pay attention, keep scrolling your Instagram while you are away, you won't get better. So I would say, uh, when we are in this meeting, try to be on camera, look into the camera, and that would allow you to have better attention. Whenever I'm off camera, I might end up going to Instagram or some messages here and there. So I think keeping camera on is really important, and that's one of the cultural aspect. The second cultural aspect is encouraging everybody to speak. And Toastmaster has this tradition of clapping, and I could see that we have forgotten it. We could not see anybody clapping. I was like, okay, let me come into general evaluation session, and I would clap. And whenever I clap, I think encouragement is contagious. So when I was clapping, I saw a lot of people clapping. So they saw, okay, Akev is clapping. So let me also clap. So if 2 or 3 or 4 of you guys start doing it, it would become a culture. It would get inculcated in everybody's behavior, and people will feel happy that, okay, I got a clap after my speech, I got a clap after my table topic, and that would encourage them to come and speak next day. And it really helps for the newcomer, the guest. I remember, like, when I gave my first speak and people were like, I really messed it up, but did these guys like it? Like, okay, let's see and attempt a second topic. And second topic, second time there again, like, okay, this is good. I think I'm doing good, and that kind of encourages people to come again and speak, take that stage. So bring that cultural aspect, and I think yes, we did awesome. I had a lot of feedback. I wanted to speak and share everything that I thought is important for us to get better, improve, and learn, so that we can also lift a cup one day. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Jatin.
Thank you, General
Did,
Validator.
did I play test match today, not a 2020?
I think what all I could say about it is today's, it was a secondary concept of a secondary theme, but today's secondary theme was cricket because of you, because of everything that you and Suraj mentioned. Today, since being a, because of a momentous occasion, we're celebrating the jubilee of attaining, of winning the World T20 World Cup after 17 years, or any ICC trophy after 13 years. That was 11 years, 2013, we got the Champions Trophy. Yeah. So great to have that, a great meeting overall. But before I end this session, now that you know what Pathways is all about and what you're supposed to do, there's one thing that the speakers are still they still need to do. They need to go connect with their evaluators and collect their evaluation forms in writing so that they can have their feedback, a detailed feedback that they may not have been able to express in those 3 to 4 minutes or rather 2 to 3 minutes, and keep them for their reference and work upon that, especially Francis Donnelly, because he has to give a second speech, deliver the same speech again after incorporating the feedback that his evaluator would have given him. So please go connect with your evaluators and get that form from them. Keep it for your friends so that you can certainly feed on that feedback. That being said, are there any questions about pathways in general? Honey, Sunalji, Avnish, anybody else?
No,
Vikas? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Manvi.
I have a question. I generally get confused between pathway and path. So, what is the difference between both?
Pathways is the education program which has 11 paths.
Okay, so for example, if presentation mastery, most of the time what I have heard is this is the pathway. It is path, right? Okay, got it. Thank you.
And Akib,
The question is, how many pathways one need to complete to become DTM?
good question. You don't need to complete the pathways, because once you are in pathways, until Toastmasters International changes the program, you are in pathways. But you have to complete 2 paths to become DTM. And that sort of was my last slide that I was going to skip, but since there is a question on it, I am going to share that. The requirements of attaining a distinguished Toastmaster in Pathways program. You have to complete 2 different paths and a DTM project. You have to serve as a club officer, that is in the executive committee, either for a 12-month period or for 2 6-month terms. TMCL follows 6 months because we have weekly meetings, so we have a semi-annual term. Like our EP is completing our second and semi-annual term today. Next, then you have to be a district officer, like an area director or above, for at least a year. You have to also serve either as a club sponsor or, ignore this is the old one. You have to serve as a club sponsor or a club mentor. Okay, and As per the club support, so this two things have changed. I can show you the new one. I can on the website directly, but you can get to the next question while I open that and share that. Any other questions? If not, I have a question for the timer. Oh no, actually no questions. But I have a question for everybody else. For not else, everybody, because you have to tell me who is the best Eagle Eye role player among the Taggle team, timer, our counter, grammarian, and listener, so that I can put their name on the certificate. So please vote. Hopefully, you should be able to see the poll right now. Okay, I see 11 people here. There are 2 more people who need to vote. Yep. Just one last vote. Break the tie. There's a tie right now. Whoever has not voted, please vote. Okay. Then I'm ending the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. The next question that we have is, who's the best Lionheart role player? I don't know. Okay. So it's the day of the ties again. All righty. Ending this poll too. Cool. Thank you for that. Now, I would like to hear from Vikas. Did you get your answers as to what?
Yes, I got my answer, and like also some kind of e-books, like soft copies of some material, if in like enroll for some library or something, like I don't know about pathways. I came to know about pathways. So means learning material, some kind of videos or PPTs will be available in some kind of online material.
So there are, as such, there would be a whole lot of content in terms of reading that Toastmasters provides, along with the project details that I showed you. There are other articles, blogs, and other materials, supplementary materials that Toastmasters has as to how to work upon aspects. But let's say if you want to focus on a particular skill, different clubs like ours conduct different sessions, education sessions on, let's say, working on your impromptu skills, working on incorporating humor in your speeches, or working on, let's say, how to evaluate or provide feedback. So those videos sometimes get recorded, like our YouTube channel. If you don't have access to, if you don't know, you can you can search on it, or you can share the YouTube link to our channel. We put our education sessions in a particular playlist. You can go through those education sessions and hear from people who have been there, done that, as in been one contest, evaluation contest, or one human speech contest, and are providing us knowledge on to how to go about working on that particular aspect of a particular skill. So that's how we learn from each other, because Toastmasters is a self-paced, peer-driven program where we help each other. So there will be seasoned Toastmasters who have a particular skill. They'll be giving sessions or workshops on that, and that we would learn. So that's the content that you will get.
Okay.
Okay, but so that is open. You can go to your YouTube channel and go through education sessions. But to access all the project details, you have to become a member of any club like ours. So the access to Pathways program will be only available to you once you become a Toastmasters member.
Okay.
Okay. Smitaji, what are your thoughts on today's meeting while I complete this thing?
Well, I'm glad we spoke about paths, and Toastmasters pathways are, I mean, they have such enormous material and they've got such, lovely things for people to learn about. So I'm glad we could share that with our new members. And it's a good thing, good meeting.
All right. The time for then the awardees. If it's good, time for the ones, time to know who were the best amongst the good. But chosen by public opinion, of course, especially for only specifically for this particular meeting because everybody in Toastmasters is good. Let me start by sharing my screen for today's performances. Come on. By default, our best prepared speaker is on account of being within time is Toastmaster Sunil, whose speech is still echoing, hopefully in everybody's mind. So congratulations to you, Toastmaster Sunil, for sharing that wonderful message with us. And we are not only grateful to you, but also to your daughter who helped you realize this. Hopefully, she can also join us sometime and share her thoughts about you and on other topics. All right. Our unfortunately, none of our evaluators qualified because one was under time and one was over. But so the next category is the best table topic speaker. Any guesses there?
We can see the name itself, right? What is there to guess?
Yeah, Toastmaster Manvi, please put your hands together for Toastmaster Manvi. Where is she? Can she turn on her video? Video, video. And spotlight yourself.
No, she's not in meeting, I believe.
No,
She's there,
she's
yeah.
there.
She's there, yeah.
She's spotlighted.
Yes.
So can somebody take a screenshot? Yes. Then next category is the best eagle eye role player of the day. Any guesses there?
I will be biased, so I'll not take guesses.
Well, you are the one who's supposed to be totally unbiased as a general evaluator, but today it's day style. So again, our counter Achita and Mr. Honey, congratulations to you both. All right. Last, I think is the best Lionheart role player of the day. Get off video. Well, he'll have to soon turn it on because it's a tie again between Mod and GE. Congratulations to our general evaluator for sharing his valuable feedback and to Honey. Where is Honey? Where was Honey? Did Honey Hero get spotlighted? I didn't see him. Oh, he's
Yes.
driving.
Can you see me now?
I can see you now. Cool. Congratulations on being awarded as on your first ever performance in the club. So kudos to you and to our counter as well. Our next meeting is supposed to be on 7th of July, Sunday at 4 p.m. IST, which would be meeting number 153. Hopefully, it would be a meeting of new beginning because the new EC will take over, which we still don't know what it is because we were supposed to discuss it today and we are still not finalized our executive committee. Hopefully, we could stay back and discuss and finalize that because everybody's asking. Everybody's asking who's taking over TMCL. So we would soon talk about it. But any other announcements anybody else has? If not, since SA is not there, I formally adjourn the meeting with one single quote. Cheetos, and this has been shared with me by our charming vice president membership, who was supposed to take over this CMA session, but she gave me her consent and this quote. Because she says that Toastmasters is all about continuous learning and personal development. And she and BB King both say that beautiful thing about learning is that nobody can take it away from you. So keep learning, keep developing. Hopefully, we make TMCL and Toastmasters community stronger. Thank you. Please stay back for a few minutes of networking.